Hello everyone and welcome to the Mobility Direct channel. I'm Sergio. If you're new to the channel, you may not know that I've spent the last 3 years trying to find the limits of my Baja Wrangler 2 scooter. And honestly, I still haven't found them. I've driven it through pouring rain, across deep mud puddles, over loose sand, down water ravines, across some of the steepest hills I could find here in Florida. I've driven over 8-inch wooden fence posts, towed a boat, pulled a fully loaded utility trailer, even towed a full-size Ford F-150 pickup truck. My business partner even took one to Colorado and drove it through the snow. After everything we've put this scooter through, the only maintenance I've really had to perform has been plugging a tire and periodically greasing the suspension zerks. That's it. So today, I want to explain why I believe the Baja Wrangler 2 isn't just another mobility scooter. I believe it's the most capable off-road mobility scooter ever built. Now, before we get started, if you're researching mobility scooters and want to compare all of the best models on the market, be sure to request our free Mobility Direct buying guide and product catalog. It includes product comparisons, buying advice, detailed specifications, and educational information that can help you choose the right mobility device the first time. Simply visit mobilitydirect.com, click the green free catalog button at the top of the page, or call the number at the bottom of your screen, and we'll mail one directly to your home absolutely free. Now make sure you're paying attention because somewhere later in this video I'm going to place a hidden message on the screen. The first 50 people to spot it will learn how to get access to an exclusive discount code that could save you big on your next purchase from Mobility Direct. And trust me, if you've ever dreamed of owning a mobility scooter that can confidently tackle rough terrain, trails, campgrounds, farms, beaches, or just about anywhere your adventures take you, you're going to want to watch this entire video because at the very end I'll also put the complete specification chart on the screen so you can review every specification at your own pace without me spending the next 10 minutes reading numbers from a brochure. Instead, let's talk about what really matters: how this machine performs in the real world. So what makes the Baja Wrangler 2 so different from just about every other mobility scooter on the market? It starts from the ground up. Literally, this scooter has 8 inches of ground clearance, which you won't find on any other model in its class. It's also the only mobility scooter with 2 motors that peaks at 5,000 watts. While that might sound like boring numbers on a specification sheet, it completely changes where you can drive. I've taken this scooter over obstacles that would leave most mobility scooters completely high-centered. Tree roots, large rocks, deep ruts, even 8-inch wooden fence posts. It just keeps going. Then you combine that incredible ground clearance with its massive 14.5-inch pneumatic tires that are over 6.5 inches wide. Those tires aren't just there to look aggressive. They absorb impacts, float over soft terrain, provide incredible traction, and give this scooter the confidence to tackle surfaces that would stop most other mobility scooters in their tracks. But what really impressed me after 3 years of ownership is the suspension. This isn't one of those scooters that beats you up every time you hit a bump. Quite the opposite. The long travel suspension does such an incredible job soaking up rough terrain that my daughter actually falls asleep on my lap during our afternoon rides. As a dad, that's probably the best suspension test I could ever ask for. If a toddler can comfortably fall asleep while you're driving across uneven terrain, you know the ride quality is something special. And then there's the power. This scooter has a top speed of 11 miles per hour, a 450-pound weight capacity, and an advertised 15-degree climbing ability. But honestly, I've climbed hills that are noticeably steeper than that during our torture tests. Now, I'm not recommending that everyone push their scooter that hard, but I am saying that this machine has continually exceeded my expectations. One thing I also love is that it's proudly made in the USA by Pride Mobility. When you're investing this much money into a mobility scooter, knowing it's built by one of the most respected manufacturers in the industry definitely gives you extra confidence. They provide amazing warranty support and always have parts in stock. And if you're looking to squeeze even more performance out of it, many owners eventually upgrade to lithium batteries. Not only do they reduce the overall weight of the scooter, but they can improve efficiency and make transporting the batteries much easier. If you choose the extended range sealed lead-acid battery package, you can travel up to 26 miles on a full charge giving you plenty of range for a full day of exploring. Now, before we continue, if you're enjoying this kind of real-world testing, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got some crazy projects coming up for this Baja Wrangler 2, including a dual air horn, a GPS-equipped backup camera with built-in speakers, and a few other upgrades I've never seen installed on a mobility scooter before. Trust me, you won't want to miss those videos, so make sure you subscribe and enable notifications to get notified when we release those videos soon. Now we've talked about what makes this scooter different on paper, but let's talk about what it's actually capable of when you stop reading brochures and start putting it to work in the real world. Now let's talk about something that no specification sheet can tell you: what it's actually like to own this scooter. I've reviewed hundreds of mobility products over the years. Some have impressed me, some haven't. But when it's time for me to head outdoors with my family, go exploring, or just enjoy an afternoon ride, this is still the scooter I reach for. That should tell you everything you need to know. One thing I've learned over the past 3 years is that this scooter isn't just built for trails, it's built for real life. Maintenance has been almost non-existent. Aside from plugging a tire after picking up a nail and periodically greasing the suspension zerks as part of routine maintenance, this scooter has required very little attention despite everything I've put it through. That kind of long-term durability is something you only appreciate after years of ownership. Now, before we continue, I just want to personally thank everyone who has supported Mobility Direct over the years. Every purchase helps fund our mission to give back to the community by donating mobility scooters and power wheelchairs to people who otherwise couldn't afford them. So when you choose Mobility Direct, you're helping restore independence for someone else too. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your questions or comments below. We personally respond to every comment within 1 business day, and we genuinely enjoy helping people choose the right mobility product, even if that means recommending something less expensive. Now, we've talked about durability, we've talked about capability, but there's one thing that really surprised me about the Baja Wrangler 2. It's not just an off-road machine. It's become one of my favorite ways to spend time with the people I love. One of the things I love most about the Baja Wrangler 2 has nothing to do with horsepower, ground clearance, or even suspension. It's the memories we've made with it. Almost every afternoon, if the weather is nice, I'll load up my daughter and we'll go for a ride together. Sometimes we'll head to a nearby park, sometimes we'll just explore around the neighborhood or cruise down a trail, and more often than not, she falls asleep in my lap before we make it home. I can't think of a better demonstration of just how smooth this scooter rides. Now, one of my favorite accessories is the optional 32-inch bench seat. Technically, it's not intended for carrying 2 passengers, and I certainly wouldn't recommend taking 2 people off-road or driving at higher speeds that way. But since you all know I pride myself on giving honest, real-world reviews, I'll tell you exactly how I use it. When we're just cruising slowly around the neighborhood or through a park, my daughter or my dog will sometimes ride with me on the bench seat. It's become one of my favorite ways to spend time outdoors with my family. Again, use common sense. Follow the manufacturer's safety recommendations and always put safety first. I honestly don't think there's another mobility scooter on the market that competes with the Baja Wrangler 2. This isn't the scooter I'd recommend for someone who's only driving through grocery stores or shopping malls. In fact, it would probably be overkill. But if your adventures regularly take you beyond smooth sidewalks and paved parking lots, this is exactly the type of machine that was built for that lifestyle. And speaking of adventures, we're just getting started. In our next video, I installed an incredibly powerful off-road lighting system on this Baja Wrangler 2 and took it on one of the craziest nighttime trail rides we've ever filmed. If you think this scooter looks impressive during the day, just wait until you see what it can do after the sun goes down. But before we wrap things up, I want to show you why I believe this scooter continues to be one of the best long-term investments you can make if off-road performance is your top priority. So after more than 3 years of ownership, would I buy the Baja Wrangler 2 again without hesitation? In fact, if something happened to mine tomorrow, I'd probably order another one the same day. I've driven just about every mobility scooter on the market. Some are better for travel, some are better for portability, some are better for indoor use. But when it comes to raw off-road capability, ride quality, and long-term durability, I honestly haven't found anything that compares. That's why this is still my personal scooter. It's the one I trust when I'm heading into places where other mobility scooters simply don't belong, whether that's a muddy trail, a campground, a ranch, a hunting property, or just an afternoon adventure with my family. The Baja Wrangler 2 has never let me down. And remember, we're currently offering a special promotion this month on the Baja Wrangler 2. If you spotted the hidden message that appeared earlier in this video, simply follow the instructions on your screen to learn how to receive your exclusive discount code before this month's promotion ends. As promised, here's the complete specification chart. Feel free to pause the video and compare every specification at your own pace. And if you'd like a printer-friendly copy, just call the number at the bottom of your screen and one of our non-commissioned mobility experts will be happy to email it to you. If you're still wondering just how much abuse this scooter can really take, I've got good news. We've put together an entire Baja Wrangler 2 playlist filled with years of torture tests, off-road adventures, hill climbs, mud runs, towing demonstrations, and long-term ownership videos that show exactly what this machine is capable of. We'll put that playlist on your screen at the end of this video, and I highly recommend watching it before making your decision. And if you're looking for something really fun, don't miss our next video where we transform this Baja Wrangler 2 into the ultimate nighttime adventure machine by installing an incredibly bright off-road lighting system and taking it deep into the trails after dark. Trust me, it's one of the coolest videos we've ever filmed. Again, if you have any questions about the Baja Wrangler 2 or any other mobility scooter, leave them in the comments below. We personally answer every single comment within 1 business day, and we'd be happy to help you determine whether this is the right scooter for your needs. Again, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting our mission to give back to the community, and thank you for allowing us to continue creating honest, unbiased mobility reviews. Until next time, we'll see you on the trail.